So this was the polish. It was 3.5 days. I decided to go 4.5 days. I didn't really see a difference in that extra day. I did definitely see a difference from 24 hours to the third day. But from the third and a half to the fourth and a half, I didn't see any, so I decided to stop. Some came out really nice, incredible. Others came out good. And let me see here. Hold on one second. Let me get my... All right, so one barrel, another barrel. Now, like I said in the beginning, and I'm going to probably get some rocks to show you comparison, is that this was the first run for me. So I wanted to take, all the rocks are mostly the same kind of material, like jaspers, jaspery, chalcedony, quartz mixes and stuff like that. There's a couple extra, and I'll point them out, that are different. But I wanted to go bigger on the size. They said up to an inch. That guy's just over, that's about 2.5 inches. And some were real cruddy. Some were pretty decent. And most of them were in between. And, I'll show you examples of what I mean. If you followed the whole video series of this process, then you'll understand. And different sizes, different shapes. Some were real pointy and sharp. And again, a different variety of stones. And I wanted to see what I would get out of it on a first tumble. A lot of these I do really like, but I thought if they don't come out that good, I can give them to kids anyway. But I'm really happy with some of them. And before I point it out, let me pause and go get a couple that match up to some of these so you can see what they look like now compared to, what they look like then compared to what they look like now. All right, so my camera doesn't focus fast, and it bounces in and out of focus. So, give you a little slow tour so you can kind of see. All right, now, like I said, different varieties, different shapes, different sizes, petrified wood, some more petrified wood over there. And then there's a couple store-bought to compare, and then there's what they look like beforehand. So overall, I'm happy with this little machine. I did get the squeaking. I got to make a new intro video, which you probably already watched because I won't put these up until I make a new intro video, which was about the machine and all about the things I saw. This little mechanism here that's annoying, and how I got it to stop squealing a couple times and all that. But I'll go over that again there. So I'm happy with the machine, and when you can get it from stop squeaking, it's very quiet. It did larger stones than it says it can do, and doing a variety from soft stones like calcite to serpentine from 3 to 5, and then the other stuff is about 6 to 7. These jaspery types and chalcedony types. Petrified wood should be around 8, I think, on the scale of hardness. So overall, they did good. The only thing I would do different this time around, and I may do some of these over, like some of the ones that I really like, I may do again and redo them, because the first step is truly the most important. It did what it needed to do in the 6 days. They say 7 to 10 days. So a full 7 to 10 days would have done some of these rocks, which I'll show you up close, a lot better. But I still don't think some of them would have been done totally, because of the nooks and crannies and the grooves and pits and stuff. The ones that weren't like that came out really, really nice. So some of these I'll show you, and I might put them back one day with others that are like them in the same grouping. And that way you get the best out of it. And I might as well start with that, what I'm talking about. So here's a beautiful petrified wood jaspery type thing. I don't know. It's got some brown and black swirls in there. And as you can see, it came out good. I wasn't sure because it didn't seem so smooth to begin with. But this is a pretty deep hole in here, you know what I mean? And you can see that it even smoothed and made it glaze around the edge. And then it had that dry stuff in there. Could I get that all out? Perhaps. And some of these other little guys, it's what it's going to roll against. Is it going to roll in 7 to 10 days or 14 days against everything to get it all out? I don't know. I probably say no. Could it come out better if I did 7 to 10 days other than 6 days? Yeah, I'm sure. But I'm happy with this one because the absolute shine on it and glow, and the fact that I do like a little bit of this, what's it called here, contrast to it. Okay, I like that. I don't know if you can see how beautiful that black is. Let's see if it zooms in. It doesn't look as great on the camera as I see it with my naked eye. All the black that was in there. So here's another example of, I think this is jaspery, and this came out great. It's hard to show you the edges on it that show like a glowing of like the quartzy color in there, the silica. And this one was real beat up on the bottom, real rough, wasn't sure how it would work out. Smoothed down that white really, really well. And again, this one came out really nice, as you can see. I'll try to get it there, like that, and then the glare from the glow. And again, like I said, 3 days, I think, and then 4.5 days. So you cut down a lot of time. Let me go through some of these quickly here. Again, there's little tiny nicks and grooves where you can see the discoloration, like the little specks, those little holes and lines. But overall, it came out really nice. Even this pitted area in here in the black and green came out really, really smooth and really shiny. And some of them will be more shiny than others, probably because of the shape and probably because it had more silica, I'm guessing, in it. Like, see how this one has a nice glow to it too? Oops. And these were like round balls of black. They came out really nice as well. I'm just going to go across in a line here. So this I'm not sure. I really thought these types would come out the best because they're like all gem-like gummy, quartzy glaze. But they look a little more duller than everything else, which is surprising to me. I thought it would be the opposite. Now, this is one I'm going to redo. Not because it didn't come out good as far as shine goes, but because the colors are really deep in the rock, and when you put it under water, you can really see how awesome this was, and how it needs to be beat down a lot more to get those colors out. You can kind of see them and everything on the camera. But I know that if I round this more and more and lose some more of the rock and make it smaller, it'll show a lot better. Here's an example of a gummy one that came out pretty decent. Probably jasper with just more quartz in it. That's what I'm guessing. And again, I'm going to show you this guy here because this is what it kind of looked like. This one is more of a jaspery. This stuff in here is more quartzy. But it kind of was like rough and pointy like that. And it came out so beautiful and smooth. This guy showed really well. The blacks and the reds, it came out really nice. And look at the shape, a very pitted, oddly shaped one. But it still came out really nice with some reds and browns in there. This one's hard to see, but it has like those angel hair type spaghetti strands in it. Just kind of see that. It's really nice. And this is one of my favorites. Don't know what it is. Again, it's smoothed really good. Some of the pits are in there, but they're deep holes. But the rest of it, really, really nice. Got a cool look to it. So let me show you this guy. Here's a store-bought one somebody gave me. All right? And this is pretty much identical. See that? And this was mine that I did. Came out as good as the other one, as the store-bought. Let me see. So this guy here is a good one. So look how rough and lines, and I cut it right here, but I didn't do a good job. I'm rookie at this stuff. But you can see that, right? So check this out. I took the half that I cut that I wasn't able to keep it flat enough, and I'm telling you, my camera doesn't do any justice here. But you see how well it rounded and kept all that nice color in there. So what you're seeing here, see that glow? It looks way better with the naked eye. It's just really, really cool. And again, I don't know what it is. Is it jaspery with a lot of quartz? Is it opally stuff? I don't know. This one came out really nice. Guess this is just some jasper, maybe some wood. Alright, so look at that. Here's some definite wood. Petrified wood. Look how beautiful it came out. This one's another wood. Got some nice color on that side. And a lot of them just came out super, super cool. and really, really well. Look at this guy. These are almost like sister rocks, this one here. And this guy here. Look at the colors in that. These greens, reds and yellows. Let's see, I don't know what this one was. That fiery orange. That white stuff, some of it is pit, but some of it is blend down really nice. And it's inside the rock. Okay. This one came out cool too. Let's see if I can get this here. Sort of like an opaly, agate thing. Bubbly. Alright, let's see. I might do this again and get this more smoothed down. Came out nice with a nice shine and glaze. But I want to smooth it down more if I can, and I think this one will. Here's some of those beautiful red ones. Check this guy out. Pretty cool. Almost looks like candy. Here's another cool one. Yeah, let's see here. This one was something that was really dull, and it came out absolutely shiny. I didn't think it would have a shine to it, but it came out nice. And some of these, again, like this one, came out beautiful. And this was the river stone. It has this beautiful green in there. You can kind of see this one pretty good because it's the color. See that dark and greens in there? Sometimes it's hard. It came out awesome. Wasn't sure if it would. Let's see. This is a really neat one. I don't know what it is. Green and pinkish red. Came out beautiful. It was very dull. I could barely see any of the color. I can just tell it was some kind of green. And so the color came out wonderful in that. You can see it tons. Here's that pink one. I don't know what it is. Pink and gray. Beautiful. Let's see. Here was some of my favorite ones. See if I can get this lighting right. It's a little bit hard. So that fiery red's in there. Dang it, it's really a pain in the butt to get that. You can see really deep in there, and it's just... Yeah, there you go. I don't know what it is, but it's awesome. Same thing with this guy. Same rocks. There's another one. There it goes. I really love those kind. This one looks fabulous under the water. Not because it needs to be shined anymore, but when it's under the water and on the light, all of a sudden you can like see through it. And it's really cool. So, see this guy here? Here's a store-bought. That's all smoothed down. This came out so orange compared to what it was. And that white stuff is now blended down and inside the rock like the rest of it, where it was real scuffed up and cruddy. I'll show you in a minute. But boy, it came out really nice. Absolutely beautiful. So you can see, and this one's deeper orange, so it might look a little bit better, but it's got the same kind of candy look to it. Here's a good example of it right here, but it wasn't like this. It was like that white stuff was like sort of, I don't know, rough and everything on it. And then on the bottom side, it was kind of like that, but it had white crud all over it. So it smoothed down and it got good. Same thing with this one. This one, had a deep hole in it, but everything else smoothed really, really nice. How about this guy? This came out awesome. And sometimes the color, and again, it was all cruddy and everything. Now it's nice and smooth. Let's see if I can do it here. Yeah, there you go. See that? Beautiful. This guy too. This is hard to pick up the blues and the greens. And it's another one that in the center and everything, and you put it in water, you can almost see through the whole rock. It's really awesome, whatever it is. There's a little serpentine guy that came out really nice. And let's see, this guy here, remember I said the flames? So I cut this just for your memory. I cut it. It was just some chalcedony. And I didn't do a good job, as you can see in this area here. But I ran it through the tumbler, and it looks nice. Looks absolutely nice. Flames. Looks like flame down low. All right. So let's see here. The one calcite came out dry. It is completely dry. And it used to be really shiny. So that's odd. It was a good, nice, smooth, like this kind of material on it, even though it was calcite, but now it's dry and looks like an Easter egg. This one came out a little bit in between. You can see a little bit, but dry on the other sides. This type of calcite came out really nice, as you can see. It's about half the size now, but it came out nice. And here's another one that was bigger, and you can see it came out, I would say 3/4 of the whole thing came out nice. You know, it almost looks like quartz, but it's not. It's calcite. You remember this one was one whole rock and it broke. I think during the process when it broke, this one didn't get as much spin time as everybody else, although it still looks better than it was before I put it in. So that's cool. Now I have 3 rocks. Wait till you see this one. Look at that. Boom. This tongue rock came out absolutely beautiful. And then this guy over here. Really nice too. These little quartz, they smoothed down. Nothing special. I just wanted to see what happened to them, and they smoothed down incredibly beautiful. This one's actually really nice. Here, you see how nice that came out. This guy still had little pits in it on the top right here, but overall it came out nice. And if you can see, it's like an agate design. It shows incredibly well in the water with the agate design. There it is right there. You can see more with the naked eye than you can with the camera. I don't know what my camera is doing here. Kind of see it, but anyway, it's pretty cool. It glows like blue and white and clear. It's pretty neat. This green guy, I'm not sure, but it came out good. And so let's show you these two. So this one here, really nice. Better shine than I thought it would take. Smoothed down really nice. And here's its sister rock. It looks pretty much exactly like that before I put it in, just a different color red. So this is what it looked like. Very thin, rough edges. Had that on the bottom and stuff. Not as bad on the bottom as this one does, but similar. And came out really nice. This guy here shined up real well. It's got some reds and little black lines in there, again, hard to see. And some of the deeper pits, you know, they didn't get involved in the smoothing process, but overall it did. It looks nice. And now, to give you an idea, some of these here, especially the red ones, they look very similar to this. Like the structures of these guys here were very similar to this. And that's what they looked like before I did it. Except the little guys here had more like a quartzy clear mix in it. This is a little bit more solid in the color, but very similar structure. Some of these came out awesome. Like this guy had a lot of pits, but this came out really nice as well. I might do it over because I think I can get it even better. So that might be a do-over rock. Here was that green one. Let's see. Look at that green, maybe. Ugh. I think this is wood. Pretty sure this is wood. Came out really nice. I got to hold on at certain angles or else you won't be able to see what I'm seeing. The green in there. And even though it had odd shapes, it came out really nice. And underwater, again, it shows real well. That green lights up so well. I think it's wood. This is another great wood that came out perfect. You can see the orange now without me holding it up into the light and the glow. Let's see, get my hands here on it. It's slippery. See that? It's hard though to do it on camera because then I lose. There it is. So that came out nice. One that had no shine at all, and I didn't think it was going to do anything. Came out pretty decent. The bottom's still a little bit rough. But, you know, it's a thin shape, so you got to imagine it tumbling like that, because here's another wood that came out fabulous. And this wood is my favorite. I think this is wood, but it may not be. Oh, hold on one second. Dang, the top part glows orange underneath. It's really neat. Man, it's such a pain in the neck, this camera. There we go. Still doesn't do it any justice, but I think it's wood. And here's another wood. Not bad. So overall, see if there's anything. Oh, here's like some of the wood look like. So, you know, had a little shine, but not so much, and some cuts and jags in it. So that's pretty much what, well, this one was really sharp and razor edge. But these guys here, like this guy here, and maybe that guy there was like that. Some of them were like that. Now I want to show you something here. This one came out so awesome, but I got to do it again because I want to get, now that I see how good this came out, I wasn't thinking it was going to be anything special, but I'm going to go through and see if I can get all that off. Look at the colors of this. These reddish purple plums, and now that tan almost looks like bronze. Look at this. It's hard to get on there, but it's absolutely so cool. I don't know what it is. If anybody knows what they might be called or what material, let me know. Now, because this guy right here came out so well, this is a small piece of a bigger chunk. Hold on one second. So here's another chunk of it. It looks like moonstone, you know, like the whitish bluish swirls. Even has a slight purple in it, and the orange from an orangey brown. But it reminds me of moonstone. I don't know what it is. It was such a pain in the neck to cut. And as you can tell, I tried to cut it, and I didn't even try to mirror it with the polisher. That's just what happened with the saw. But it didn't come out good. I do have a small piece, a little bit bigger than this, that I was able to cut somewhat straight and polished it. I'll get it so you can see it. But I'm going to tumble this and see if I can get this to look really cool, like that guy right there. All right. So here's the other part. You can see I mirrored it. Still has a couple saw marks, but there's the color. You see how beautiful that is? Like purpley violet, white, blue. I just call it moonstone. I don't know what it is. Some jasper that wanted to be jasper that's mostly quartz. I don't know. Whatever it is, it was hard to cut through. A real pain in the butt. And I got a lot of it because I'd love to make pendants and rings with this thing. I don't know how to, but I would like to have it done. So, yeah, that little piece, whatever I just did with it here, I'm going to run this through the tumbler and see what happens because I have enough of it to make stuff with. So, is there anything else I want to show you? This one, again, doesn't look like anything special. Underwater, it's really, really cool. It has, like, what I call the trapped under ice look. You know, it's deeper in the rock and it's trapped under ice, like when you see leaves or pine needles under ice. This is a serpentine that came out really good. Really nice. And here was another metallic-y type serpentine that has those metallic-like panels. And that came out really nice as well. Smooth, feels neat, feels like a piece of metal. And overall, I would say I'm incredibly happy with the machine and what it can do. Not, you know, it's only ran just under a month's time, under 3 weeks' time for one try. I don't know how long it's going to hold up and all that stuff. What I do want to tell you is about what they say, how much it takes to run compared to what I ran it at, and the polish. So, for instance, let me go get the book out so you can see it. All right, so here you go with the grit thing. I don't know what my grit is, but like I said, it was called Thumler's grit. So I don't know the numbers because they don't tell you. But after running this through, and my time was less than their time, and plus it works so well with less time, I don't think I need to use that much tablespoons the next time around. Or maybe if I do, I just don't even have to run it as long again. But I think I waste wasted. I could probably drop a tablespoon less in each one. I know 100% on the pre-polish and especially the polish, I don't need no 6 tablespoons. I probably could have used 3 to 4. It like was such a pain in the neck to get off some of the rocks because I think there was too much, and they were like paint. You know, like how paint dries on your hand, how annoying that feeling is and everything? That's what it's like, and it gets on your hands. You're like, you reach into the rocks to clean them off, and it's like, it's on my hand. It was a pain in the neck. So I think there was way too much involved. And I think that's another reason why the grit was so good, and I probably used too much. I probably could have used less than what this chart says, and that's why it took less days. So let's look at what they say with the days, and add it up. Oh, hold on one second. So basically, it's 7 days on here somewhere. It says 7 days somewhere, and then another 7 days, and then another 7 days, and then 5 to 7 days, and then if you need to do the burnish, 4 days. I didn't need to do that unless you people think there's a film on here. I don't think there's a film. I don't see anything that looks like a film, but I could be mistaken. But then again, they look like this, so I bought this from the store, and this didn't have a film, I don't think. So basically, you're looking at 4 steps times 7 days. That's 28 days. You can cut it down to 26 if you only need 5, but on the other side, it said 7 to 10 days. So you're looking at 28 full days. And then if you need to burnish, you're looking at another 4. That's 32 days. So you're looking at a month. Now, I did 6 days. Then I did 4 days. That's 10. Then I did 3 days. That's 13. Then I did 4 days and a half. That's 17 and a half days that I got these results. Now, some of you, if you watch this video, might be a professional and say, oh, you could have probably ran it an extra day or 2 on each step and got it even better. But like I said, they're all different style rocks. They're all different kinds. This is a store-bought. Here's a very close example to this guy. And like I said, it looks exactly the same, maybe slightly. But I mean, I'm happy with it. It looks pretty dang awesome. It's hard to tell side by side because of the shape, but I mean, there they are. Hold that one up. So anyway, I think, what did I say? 17 and a half days, right? 6, 4, 13. Yeah, 17 and a half days. So I'm thinking that 17 and a half, 18 days, 20 days. You can cut a week off of this. Even if I ran each one more day, I would still be underneath the 30 days, 32 days. You know what I mean? So I'm happy with this. And again, a lot of it was testing. And there'll be a few maybe here that I pointed out that I'll redo somewhere. But you know, if you're like me and you need to cut some things and they're not working out, throw them in the tumbler. It seemed to work pretty decent on this one and on this one here. I'm going to see if I can get you a better shot before this video gets any longer. Okay. That fiery orange. And remember, it was this thing. It's just one of those rocks that's hard to show because of the angle and the lighting. I think you get the idea. There we go. What do you think that is? Besides awesome. All right, so let me pause for a second, take a break to see if I need to tell you anything or ask questions from you guys. I did think of one other thing, but you know what? I forgot to show you this guy. Look at this. Any idea what this is? It's like a reddish pink in the middle there. And then some kind of greens. All right, sure thing. Anyway, came out awesome. All right, so I washed these off. I scrubbed them. I even ran them through the dishwasher. And as you can see, that polished stuff, like I said, like paint, I still couldn't get it off. So I'm definitely not using as much as they say next time. I think I'm going to cut everything down by a tablespoon because it worked so well, and it worked in almost just over half the time. 17 and a half days compared to, let's say, 30 days. So, you know, you can see these guys, some of them up close, are absolutely fabulous. You know? And, you know, you decide on your own. So is it worth it? I think this machine's worth it. The grit I will link underneath where I bought it. And as well, lots of love to you all. I'll keep you updated as I make another cycle of stuff. Let me show you. So I'm going to cut these down into smaller pieces. This looks like tiger's eye or something. And I'm going to cut these down and tumble them because I didn't do a good job and they were really hard, and I have the other halves to work with one other day. Maybe somebody could like do it for me or something. And here's some of the cut pieces that are going to be really cool. Let me just show you one real quick. Show you how awesome that is. So that one should be really, really neat. All right. So I'll keep you up to date on everything. You do your trial runs, but hopefully this will help you out. And like I said, cut down on the polish. I'll link everything in the video, what I bought online, Walmart, for the grit and everything. And have fun with you and your family doing these kind of things. All right? Lots of love to you all. If you have anything you can give me as advice for anything, let me know. Once again, I mixed and matched purposely. Now I know a little bit better of how I'm going to do this kind of stuff. All right? I love you guys. Bye-bye.